lifestyle, sports, poetry, and now politics, still on the weekend show. I remain Monday Thomas, and I won't be talking politics alone. Right here with me is Roland.
Oh, Bob.
Good morning, Roland.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Week? I'm good.
Fantastic. I must say your suit looks really nice.
And you too.
Thanks a lot.
All through the week, we have been having new development on the political atmosphere and the 2027 elections roundabout. So I believe Nigerians are not keeping low. They're trying to see the development and how it turns to be 2 years down the line to the 2017.
I'm pretty sure everyone is anticipating that, and also anticipating that in the studios are two gentlemen who are going to break things down for us as it concerns politics and governance. I mean, in every sense of the word, those two words should come in hand. But in the context of Nigeria, it feels like those two words are worlds apart.
Yeah.
Earlier this year, the former President Olusegun Obasanjo and the ex-Anambra State Governor Peter Obi corroborated by saying that democracy is losing its effectiveness in Nigeria. And it also went further to defining democracy stated by the former President of America, Abraham Lincoln, saying that it's the government of the people, for the people, and by the people. But in reality, here in the country, it's a system where the leaders tend to, of course, illegally grab things belonging to the citizens. And we're definitely going to talk about politics and governance and how the citizens should hold the government accountable, as you're also still counting down to the 2027 elections. Joining us to make sense of this conversation is Honorable Ejike Onyekelu, APC elder statesman, flanked by Chief Peter Ameh, National Secretary, Coalition of United Political Parties. Good morning, gentlemen. How are you feeling this morning?
Good. Yeah.
All right, so the platform is already set. We are talking about politics and governance. I mean, a few weeks ago, Chief Ameh was here, and we talked extensively on the electoral reforms. And now let's talk about the word politics and governance. Is it that we are losing democracy? Democracy is no longer what it's been defined to be. I'm going to start with you, Honorable Ejike.
All right. Thank you very much. We are just discussing for the first time. Each time I sit here as party elder statesman, always like to bring the reality to the people. I can never sit here just to showcase my self-worth, no, but to bring down to the people what they should understand and what they should know anytime, any day. At least it will help to curb so many agitations that is rising every day. Okay, I don't know how many minutes we have, but I will beg to take like 3 to 5 minutes without being interjected. So I'm going to run it down.
All right, please.
Briefly, just like, first of all, before I come to that democracy issue, democracy in Nigeria is still highly sustained, but just because of the way we perceive it. Okay. But I want to touch some big places under Tinubu, President Tinubu administrations, so that to give us a balance in understanding and what we are trying to bring to the people, so that they will know. Because most of these things, people are not saying it. People don't have the privilege to those informations, and that is why it look as if nothing is working, or it look as if they are not seeing it. Because every day in this country, people give birth, there are celebrations, people build and people dedicate houses or whatever every day in this country, and nobody calls to complain about that. But whenever there's a loss, we want to complain. But that's okay. Now let's get this. The President Tinubu, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, administration has been in office since May 29. I want to concentrate because this is the administration we're discussing now. Because every point of discussion is on this led administration. And I think Nigeria, I do Nigeria. And that is me for you. So I don't take examples from any other because what you apply to other country, if you apply it in this country, it may not work. So everything I'm going to is based on Tinubu-led administration, in fact, APC administration. Now, when I said the president, Bola Tinubu administration has been in office since May 29, 2023, if I'm right, and he has implemented policies and reforms. Okay, let me give us the overviews. I will just point at 4 cardinal points and then digress, then put 1 or 2 there, and we'll take it up from there. He has implemented policies and reforms. One of the policy reforms is economic reform. Economic reforms, under it, he removed fuel subsidy, redirecting funds to critical sectors like healthcare, education, and infrastructure. That is it. He unified the foreign exchange windows to stabilize the economy. He went further to implement policies to boost the investor confidence, resulting in increased revenue and investment. That is where most of those things that we are discussing now, looking as if our democracy, because when you said, look as if the key player, the politicians have hijacked what belongs to the people. But this is where we are narrowing this down. That's where I'm coming from this way, so that we'll have this understanding.
Okay.
Good. That is for economic reforms. Let me bring us down to security, because most of these things are highly necessary to be touched. Let me bring us down to security. That's number 2. He prioritized national security. Yes. Investing in modernized and equipping security forces. The same hymn for the Nigerians. Mr. President has successfully freed over 4,600 hostages. Don't get me wrong, I know where I'm coming this way. He has also neutralized 7,300 hostiles, arrested over 7,000 terrorists and bandits. All these are the things affecting this country from inception. He's taking care of them gradually. That is it. He further established 50 billion naira Pulaku initiative to support the security efforts.
I know you said you didn't want to be interjected. Right?
Yes, I'm coming. Where do you want to interject me now? Because I am not coming on the democratic aspect, right?
Not that. So,
or I'm not giving what exactly you want for the democracy, or how the country is being run.
We want to bring the conversation to politics and governance, not just restraining it or focusing it on President Tinubu. Okay. So you talked about some of the reforms that the president is doing, yes. But the present realities of Nigerians, these economic reforms are not reflecting on that. We'll come back to you on that. Let's have a thought from Mr. Peter Ameh. What's your thought with this economic reform that he has just said that the president has dished out and implemented? What are these realities on Nigerian economy in today?
You see, when you talk about governance, you know, democracy and governance are two different but one builds upon the other. And if you look at what Tinubu administration has driven, have actually virtually put Nigeria into poverty. He destroyed his economy. He's struggling to try to stabilize it, but people want to praise him for what he has not done. Let me explain to you. When people came into office, bag of rice, 50 kg was 27,000 naira. He rose up to 110 because of all this lack of principle policy planning process. And from there, 110, it is now coming down to 70, and people want us to praise him. Let me tell you why we could not praise him. Because he has opened up the border. And rice are flooding, the importation is flooding into our market, and the local farmers are dying. Local farmers can no longer survive because you are bringing cheap rice, parboiled rice into this country that is killing local economy. So you need to look at, I don't want to talk about governance. If it's for governance, I don't think anybody will score Tinubu well, because we have an hunger problem as we speak today. It's a very severe hunger problem. Look, out of 125 countries, Nigeria ranks 109 in the index hunger the survey that was carried out. These are data that are in public that you can verify. But if you have to look at democracy, for instance, he has also tempered with the fabric of democratic governance in this country. Look at what is happening in Rivers State. We have section 305 that grants the president the power to set a state of emergency. That never grants him the power to remove a governor that is empowered by section 308 under the constitution, that has immunity, that was elected by the people, that have the same authority and power as the president. We look, in a country where you have more than one level of governance, you have that level, that means you have a federating unit. And Rivers State is a federating unit that has its own legislative body that governs and makes laws for the good governance of the state. The president suspended the Rivers State. As I was speaking to you, the judiciary has refused to listen to that case. And they have refused to attend to the case before them by the PDP governors. These are the indices you use to measure democratic governance. And you need to look at how the welfare of the people are being fed. Look at people. My only anger is that people come here to talk about fuel subsidy removal. Everybody wanted to remove fuel subsidies. Not that I will remove it if I become president. But you have to remove it with logic and sense, so that at the end of the day, you are put in the office to govern the ordinary people, so that their welfare and their security will be paramount in your decision-taking process. You can't wake up and just climb a podium and announce subsidy is gone without policy, without plans. That act alone, on the day of the announcement, we went to a filling station, the price of fuel jumped by over 300%. The cost of transportation also jumped. I've said this on this station several times. I can't continue to be repeating what has been stated, obviously. And that transportation affects the cost of living of the people. Those who earn 100,000, those who earn 150,000, if they are paying transport alone from Jaja to central area, it increased to 70,000 naira per month.
So with these present realities, and you talked about the state of political arena in Rivers State, where the democratic elected governor of a state was suspended by the sitting president. Do you think with this development, because the empirical fact and data out there seems to say that the present administration is trying to politicize certain agency of governance? We saw how these the security agencies are being used. Are you saying, or do you perceive that the present administration is trying to clamp on the judiciary and other aspects to get what they want?
Look, we saw bad governance protest here. Children, young people were protesting for good governance, which is part of the foundation of democracy participation. For democracy to flourish, people must participate. And if people are not allowed to participate freely, or air their opinion freely, or freely move around peacefully to protest and demand for good governance, then you have taken away democratic governance.
Okay.
And
all right.
so
you are an elder statesman of the ruling party, APC. With the present realities, the facts are all the Nigerians know. You know this. So what's your response with this fact and the present reality with what the present administration is doing, which the party you belong to?
Thank you very much. You know, each time we talk about issue of Rivers State and how Mr. President intervened, he also intervened to preserve democracy in that state. That's number one. I don't know how other parties want to see it, but that's number one.
Is the intervention to preserve the interest of APC?
No, don't say that. No, that's not it. Yes, because if not so, a sitting governor would have been impeached. We all know that.
That is the
I'm
democracy.
coming. No, that's not the
Impeachment
no,
is
no, no,
democracy.
no. That's not the democracy. You know why? If Fubara has been impeached, Rivers State is an oil-rich state. We know what will happen. We know what Ijaw people will do.
So what does the law say?
Hold on. For whatever the law may have said, but when we want to talk about preserving democracy, now we are talking about not only will this affect Rivers State, it also affect Nigeria as a nation. Get that? Because the targeted place, there must be a chaos, there must be a breakout. And the targeted place will be pipelines, vandalization, and all manner of sorts. And you and I can sit here in federal and think that we can't be affected. No, he did what he did to preserve this, first of all, the nation's democracy and economy.
Even the nation's democracy is backed by law. Democracy came by law. So what does the law say? Because you're saying it as if, don't forget, another administration can come in. If that administration play out the same way it plays, what are you going to say at that particular time?
Play out what?
The same role or the same template that your president is using.
See, listen, my party or the president, that's what I'm trying to get. I was trying to say something here before I was interjected, so that we can be able to get this picture clear. Because most of those things, when we say we only focus on the thing that, okay, just like I said, every day in this country, people give birth. People celebrate in so many things. Why is it that they don't call this man out? It's only when there is a problem, they call him out. Now, let me say this. When we are looking at the things, can I say, even hot akara needs hot oil to be sweet. Yes.
No doubt.
No doubt. It takes someone who is going to take us to the route to stabilize. Listen, we have to pay this sacrifice. We have to do the needful. We have to do the right thing to get this country fixed. In Ab Initio, it's all about the elites draining, taking a lot of things that belongs to the people. And where are they? And this man is head bent in restoring and recovering those things, and we are talking about he's not doing this, he's not doing that. Why must he, every time we feel hungry, we can cry out, but whenever we eat and satisfy, we won't even think about anything? Okay, can we talk about the deals he just did on 25th of August, 2025 with Brazil? Can we look at that bilateral agreement between the two countries? What is going to bring to us? Have we ever seen them to talk about it? But nobody wants to say that, or because we are feeling that the countries the things are inflations and everything. I was coming to that inflations, and that's why I said, because he implemented policies to boost the confidence, the investors' confidence, that results to increase of revenue and investment. Yes, because this, okay, look at in that bilateral agreement, the Petrobras return. Is it not part of the agreement? What is it going to bring to us? Very best of it. Most of the Nigerians will be gainfully employed. Are we not talking about it? There have been the Bras state-owned oil company in Nigeria that for over 5 years hiatus. What I mean by hiatus is either suspension or stop. Now I'm coming, and if they return, as this agreement has been signed. Yeah. Have you think of how this is going to affect our economy?
No doubt.
No doubt. Have you think
but because of our time constraint, let's keep the conversation regulated. So I think Thomas has something to say.
Honorable GK, yes. I like it that you're bringing balance, and as well as Peter Ameh. Peter Ameh is talking about the realities right now, what is happening to the common man, what these policies has affected Nigerians. And you're here talking about the policies also enacted by the sitting president that is definitely going to benefit us in the future, that someone has to sacrifice. I mean, you started by talking about the economic reforms, which is brilliant. We agree to what you're saying, but in realities right now, it is not affecting the common man. People are still struggling. So how is it, or when are we going to start benefiting from this? Is it going to still be in power?
Now, hold on. Thank you very much. Yes. Listen. As for 2027, he's returning and he's going. You see, the change APC promised Nigeria is sustained. The Renew Hope agenda will also be sustained. And we are going to get, let me say, because when I said about, because I like giving instances. I'm a very practical being. I don't bend it, I don't speak grammars for anything, but I'll tell you the way it is. Let me say this. Get a flour, mix it, then put it in a pan, hot oil on a high flame. Less than seconds, it will turn brownish. Until you think it's done, you scoop it out. Then open it. It's still fresh inside, as though nothing has ever happened.
Okay.
And if you ever eat it, it will not be edible, because it will now be food poisoning. And how can you eat that? That is fine. That is what all these oppositions are. Whatever they are selling to Nigerians, making them not to see the reality. Now, can I say the same bake? Put it in a hot oil pan on a low heat. Allow within some minutes. It will start changing gradually. It will start changing gradually to brownish, and you scoop it out. Open it. It is edible and nourishment. Yeah. Let me tell you something. Change does not happen as like switch. No. Anybody that tells you I'm going to do a ring load in 24 or 48 hours is absolutely telling you lies. Why are you buying it? How possible could that be? Listen. And then it is better that we have this thing from inside out to the perfection. Not coming to tell us that we are going to do the. Listen, even all the players in ADC, I was opportune to see with majority of them. The key players in ADC, they keep recycling the same thing. They don't have anything different to say. Tell me the character that can match the current president character, the antecedents and this trajectory. Tell me, none. What this is it? Why can't we Nigerians try to get something right? Let us not always bend on this is not working for, this one is not working for. Listen, is there no process? There is process to everything.
I love the fact that you talked about process now.
Yes.
I want to take you back.
No,
let's quickly hear.
The patient I'm talking about is what I am still reiterating, and I'm reasonable that Nigerians should please be patient, because this process is going to cause.
Okay. You know Mr. Peter Ameh will talk about the process. When you talk about the process, right? You talk about process now. So you know there's a process when you talk about the suspending the sitting governor, right? Now, there's a process to it. You should have passed through the National Assembly and all that. Let's have Peter Ameh's thoughts. Then you have to respond to that, since you talk about the process. So let's see how it goes.
For me, I first thought we're coming to discuss the rule of law. If it's for the rule of law, this government calls, between the point between 2 to 10, and let me clearly state this. For once, we have a government in place that do not believe in appropriation for them to go into very big project like the Calabar Coastal Highway. There's no National Assembly appropriation bill passed for that. And there was no competitive bidding. That means the president sat down, looked for somebody he liked, his friend, and gave him a contract, which is against the rule of law, which is against the process that is enshrined in our constitution. You look at the international conference that they said 39 billion. Where was the competitive bidding? Where was the appropriation act by the National Assembly? It was by presidential assent. You are spending money without public knowledge, without advertisement, without people getting involved in the process. It's lack of process. There's no transparency, no accountability. Today you have a president in this country that is spending more time overseas. Where have you seen American president spends holiday in Camp David? Go to Russia, they spend a vacation in Russia. Listen, we have a president that cannot even stay in this country. We have Okosi waterfall in Ekiti. We have in Ogun. We have in Taraba. We have in Bauchi. We have Obudukatu Ranch. One of the best ways to improve investors' confidence is to spend vacation in your country. You sit with your people. People will be coming to Obudukatu Ranch to look at our president is spending his vacation there. But our president just do this thing without even respect for the common man. And this even costs money. And that is why we talk about the waste in government. This government has increased wasteful spending to the highest level, because we are going to be parking our president's jet and all the entourage that follows him. They are going to be staying in hotel like they stayed in St. Lucia. They are going to be staying in, spending our money. And those jets that are parked in those hangar might cost $50,000 by night. Those money are enough for us to revamp and refurbish our dying institutions like the public healthcare system, like the federal healthcare system. We do not have any investment. The president cannot sit down today and say, oh, let's look at the indices. These are the hospitals that have refurbished. These are the hospitals that have renovated. These are the level of doctors that have increased in this hospital. This is what Nigerians can get. Look at a young girl who got accident at Route or Tabo or something. Fina's sister. They were looking at how to fly abroad. There are no medical centers that could handle such emergency. The lady died. So this is how common people are dying because of lack of medical facility. And the president today, who is a president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who supervise the affairs of our country and our public resources, is living a luxurious lifestyle. Okay. So we have to, offer ourselves as burnt unfree, so that the president can have the kind of comfort he should have, to buy a Cadillac for himself, to buy a private jet for himself. This is no governance. But if you come to the rule of law, and the rule of law states clearly that you must follow it. Without the rule of law, there's no democracy. What differentiates dictatorship, authoritarianism, and fascism from democracy is the rule of law. And if you don't have the rule of law, if a governor is going to be impeached, it takes processes. Apart from the state assembly removing moving motions, they have to also look at the chief judge of the state to set up a committee that will look at the petition that have been brought to remove the governor. They knew there was a logjam with the chief judge, so they looked for a improper way to remove the governor without following the rule of law. And the governor was removed. Then they brought a sole administrator who became like a quasi-democratic leadership of the state. And then that sole administrator started to form a committee to conduct an election for elected people while he was not elected. And today we have APC winning 20 state local government in Rivers State. Something because we do not have local government election in Nigeria. It is the greatest democratic fraud fostered on our democratic governance. So today APC have 20 local government. Even if the governor's local government is lost. So we have to get this right. That for us to get governance to work, you go and read Clark Ike. You need to read what the democracy and development and see that democracy is not just a loan that you build bridges, that you try to attempt to do road. We have 36,000 square kilometers of federal road that are not working today. Carabao 2, East-West Road, Onitsha to Enugu, all these roads are not working. From Olamabro to Enugu, they are not working. The president is struggling to build 750 square kilometers of road, and they have done 30 kilometers. Instead of to go for inspection, our president went to do how they call it, a ceremony for 30 square kilometers of road. There's wastefulness in this governance. Okay. Our monies are not being aligned to the necessary expenditure that will improve on the life of our people. There's misallocation of resources, and we must get it right by making allocations that will actually have impact on the lives of the ordinary citizens. Because the government is not made for those who are running it. A government is made to represent the interests and the wishes of the masses that are on the street. So if you want to know if this government is performing, it's not for APC members to be singing praises of their own government. It's for them to go to street and see what is happening in Abia. And Abia governor is not posting advertisement and is working. Enugu government is not posting advertisement and is working. So that the Nigerians will sing their praise that the hunger has reduced. Nigeria should sing their praise that the money in their pocket now has value. Nigeria should sing their praise that economy is working for the benefit of the common man. But as it seems today, there's hunger. We have more of hunger issue than even anything else that we can talk about.
All right, brilliantly spoken. Now, let's get to you, Honorable AGK. I mean, just like I defined democracy by the late Abraham Lincoln, governed by the people, or governed of the people. Now, he didn't talk about a class of people. He is saying that right now, the government of APC are just favoring the elite at the moment. But when it comes to the common man, he mentioned Abia, he mentioned other states, that they are not getting the dividends of this governance. They're not getting the dividends of democracy. And you are here saying that it's a process that we have to wait. He has mentioned some things that are not working, the roads that are not up to the infrastructural level, the hospital that is not working, like the likes of FINA had to be traveled out of the country to possibly have the needed healthcare facilities to possibly work on our current situation. But you're here saying that it's a process. So when you talk about a process, what do you think Nigerians are going to look out for when it's time to vote again in 2027? Are they going to look at this process? You think Nigerians, let's say human beings, right? Do you think they are going to look at waiting, being patient, and seeing all of these things that are not working, and they will still vote for APC? Do you think asking Nigerians should wait, asking Nigerians should be patient, asking Nigerians to trust the process as what can win you the 2027 elections?
Thank you very much. You made mention of, you made mention of Abia and Enugu. You did not mention Imo State. Yes. Why didn't you mention? Why you should have mentioned Imo State? Because the state governor just increased their salary to 104, 104,000, and 530 to 225 or 222. Are these not APC states? Listen, Mr. President has already given. In fact, just like what you just asked, I am saying that Nigerians should please, because with all this thing that's going on now, the road he mentioned, is it under APC that the road got bad? The road had been bad long ago, and the APC is trying to fix them. Now, I'm talking about Ajaokuta to Abuja to Kano pipeline. I'm talking about Kano, Maradi, that's Abuja to Ajaokuta, Abuja to Kano gas pipeline. I'm talking about Maradi rail line. All of those things are visible. So we are there, we can see them, we know that those things are in existence.
Maradi is in Niger State.
Yeah.
Niger Republic.
Maradi, no, Kano, that's Kano to, Kano Maradi. No, it's Kano Maradi. Then 255 megawatts Kaduna power plant that he revived. Are we not seeing them? Now, the expanded oil and gas exploration, is it not there? What are we even talking about? Sometimes let us try to. I am not speaking at maybe someone will think I'm speaking at a privilege at this. No. The same market you go, the same market. Each and every one of us go to the same market, and we feel the same thing. I feel what we feel. I understand the fact, but I'm still saying that this is necessary. We have to make this sacrifice to get this right. I keep repeating myself. There is nothing you can tell me now that Mr. President should come and let us give all Nigerians money. Is that when you are going to believe that he's working? In fact, he's focused on the needs of Nigeria, not their wants. Exactly.
But he said the spending is not making us believe in this process you're talking about. The extravagant traveling.
What is extravagant traveling that he left for his annual leave? He's not entitled for annual leave.
Why the president
That he tried
and leaving us behind.
Okay, come. Let's.
He should come back and let all of us.
When next is going? Then you enter the jail with
I don't
him.
want to follow him. Let him stay here with us.
So he talks about these things that he's not helping people believe that they are working towards ameliorating living conditions of not just a class of people in Nigeria. So when you look at this spending, traveling, things that are not working, the things that should be working, they're not working.
The trip he did on last month, August, is it a wasteful trip? The one he signed this bilateral adhesion I'm talking about, that brought about the bilateral airline service. You know what that we do? That we allow direct flights between Nigeria and Brazil. Okay? They were enhancing trade, tourism, and investment, and people-to-people exchange. Is it wasteful? Can we look at those things and see where this is bringing us? Why are we even looking at this? Listen to me. One thing is making money, but another is putting money to judicially use. This is another thing.
That's what I've said.
No, what I'm trying to tell us is that Mr. President is focused on the needs of the people, not their wants. Not that he doesn't know. The windows are open. Yes, just like I said. Okay, good and fine. Have you thought about the agricultural development? $1 billion cooperation agreement to advance our agricultural productivity, food security, and energy initiative. This deal is focused on deploying large-scale mechanized farming equipment.
But what happens to the local Nigerian farmer? Because presently now in Nigeria, the local farmers are crying out. They're saying these policies has made agriculture less productive for them, because it seems that some of them that did storage have to sell like multiple bags to gain what they're doing. And the government also talked about genetic modified food.
You interjected me when I have not finished.
Okay.
When I talk about agricultural development.
So you can add that to
yes,
the
now this
conversation.
Is it. Exactly. When I said it will enhance mechanized large-scale farming equipment, is it for you and I? It's not for the, of course.
So how many, in the present reality, how many local farmers in Nigeria can afford those equipment?
Wait now, it will deploy training program and launching service centers across Nigerians. And this is where we are talking about. These things are going to get to the local. It's not even targeting the elites. These are for the local farmers. It's not for the elite. It's for the local farmers.
You know.
Because these are the things we are going to put into consideration. What is this man actually doing? He has never left this country because he want to go and catch fun or he go for palliative. It's only he jetted out there for yesterday. For his annual leave, he's entitled to it. And that was settles it. And you are saying that he should come back, he should come. If you have the privilege, you just came back from UK. What sent you? What sent you to UK? No, did I need to come and ask you, why did you travel to UK and what did you travel to go and do?
I love Nigeria so much that I have to travel.
My brother, listen.
That is the truth. Everybody knows
the same thing applies to me here. You see, each time I'm talking, listen. Well, I tell you the truth. Nigerians, their mandate is our first concern because it's their mandate we are talking about here. Not even Mr. President mandate. It's the mandate of the people. And that's the truth. And no matter how we look at this, I'm still reiterating my point that Nigerians should please, for the benefit of doubt, give President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration a chance. This is 2 years plus. It's not magic. He has gone to do something. He has gone to bring in something. All these are evidenceable and notable, and we can see them.
But there are also speculation alluded to this foreign trip that is a bid for 2027 election. How true
anybody
is that?
can say you are entitled to your own opinion.
That's not my,
That's what I'm saying. Anybody can form opinion. Anybody is entitled. You are entitled to your own opinion. It's your prerogative. You can say whatever you want to say. But is that what is applying? Is what you just assumed. Based on your conclusion on my assumption, you just assume it, and is that what is applying there? It's not. No, let's wait until 2027. But I'm telling us, 2027 general election is in fact I don't even in fact is a total win for APC. Now let me tell you why. Aside that, the all progressive stakeholders forum, that consists of the elites and also the grassroots who have come together. They have representatives, political heavyweights. They have talked about, they have analyzed those things, and they found out the best man for this to return, to finish this thing, is the current president.
That's the position of Nigerians. Nigerians
Roland, we don't have so much time right
Thank you very much.
Time is very pricey, and I thought I would have it easy today, but
You don't have No, it's not an APC, but the truth is that
So the thing is here, they say action speaks louder than words, right? We're seeing the actions, like you've mentioned, the deals, the bilateral agreements.
Evidence cancelled argument too.
That is going to help Nigeria
It
in the long term.
every other argument.
But you know the saying as well, result speaks the loudest.
Like I said, evidence cancelled argument. Just the evidence are pointed out. On every other argument, everybody wants to argue, it has been cancelled.
Let's get your part in short, Peter.
What he talked about is like something you expect to be. In the last 10 years, APC have destroyed this economy, and it's clear. As I don't talk to you because I know these things, and I live amongst the people, and I know how our people are suffering. Let me tell you, I don't tell you without telling you the truth. As we speak to you, in Chatham House, the same place APC went to start their campaign, has come out with a data that 36,000 Nigerians are seeking asylum in foreign land. 36,000. This same place that the president goes for vacation to go and relax and enjoy the good amenities that are be established by leaders of those communities, which they have failed to do here. Let me tell you the second one. Chatham House said the presidency of Nigeria and the police are the least trusted institutions. So you need to look at data. And then you look at UNICEF report that over 76,000 Nigerians are living in abject poverty in rural community. In urban community, it's about 45,000, about 45%. We need to clear this thing and look at how how painful the situation has become. I do not want to be a man who come here to just talk about the bad side of the president always, but he has not done anything good for me to talk about. The man is so thinking that Nigerians should just, warm themselves up to him, offer themselves as burnt offering so that he continue to live this luxurious lifestyle that our resources, has given him opportunity to do. We need to have a government that is responding to the yearning of our people, that is responding to the plight of our people, that goes, look, people dying in Katsina. Instead of the president to go to commiserate with them, he brought the people to the villa. People died. You know how many people died there? You know how many people are dying in Zamfara? So these are the challenge of a presidency that have no capacity to go around. Nigeria is a country. We are federating units, We have state, local government, and federal. You need to be able to hold it together. You need to be able to, look at it as one common, indivisible entity so that you can take care of it very well. You look at the other time, they brought out data and said, this is what they are spending in Southeast, excluding Lagos. So you look at this partial, this discrimination.
But I want to also talk about the fact that everything takes time and process. Because the fact is, a corn does not just grow one day. A farm does not, it takes process. But even as at that, the economy reality is not matching to the process. If your principal was to be in government, what's your position on process? Continue with your conversation.
It's just about the rule of law. Two, it's about cutting down the cost of governance. It's about prudence. That's what Peter Obi has always preached. It's about prudence in managing public resources. And as I'm talking, this present government has not shown the necessary, interest towards that direction. They're running a wasteful government, a government where resources does not align with allocation of projects, a government where you look at even local contractors have to protest for them to call a meeting to try to start paying them next week. So you have a challenge that this government is not ready here to manage the microeconomic indices of our country. Let me tell you, the small scale and medium enterprises are the mainstay of any economy.
All right,
now look at how they are doing today. They are in bad condition. They are not doing well.
That's a good place to leave
They are not resourcul because the government policy is not helping them.
Honorable, your parting shots, please.
All right. I won't, but to some extent, I disagree with him entirely. That's his opinion. He can feel so. Like what he said, those things, this is a gradual process. That is final. Every other person can say whatever they want to say, but if this thing is a gradual process, and with time, it will come to fruition, and we'll see it happening. That's very simple. Who was this guy that went to, was it Dangote? Yes, he went to Mr. President. Dangote is a sound businessman. He knows. He shook him, said when his economic reform will begin to yield dividends, Nigeria will begin to see what he's actually doing.
That's a good place
let's say our goodbyes here.
But just to know that it's okay to also disagree.
No, it's okay.
We disagree to agree.
It's okay to disagree. Exactly. That was what makes it this thing.
It was a very balanced conversation. I mean, you with the long-term approach, Peter Ameh saying, let's focus on the reality. People are dying. People are losing their lives. Things are not working in the country. And you're saying we should, of course, you stuck to your guns. You stuck to your guns saying that it's still a gradual process. Let's see how well this is going to help us in the long run. Thank you so much, gentlemen. It was great having you, Honorable AGK, and as well as Peter Ameh, National Secretary Cup. All right, so still on the weekend show, we have entrepreneurial segment and as well as entertainment coming up soon.